It's time to jump into what's new in the tech world for 2023. Joining me now is Image Matrix technology editor, Djuro. Djuro, so good to chat with you. Thanks for coming on the program. The Metaverse, that was one word we heard about a lot in 2022. It kind of died away a little bit. Mark Zuckerberg put a lot into that. What are you expecting with the Metaverse? Is it going to take off next year?
Kenny, good afternoon. Yes, the metaverse has started with a bang, but Mark Zuckerberg, who has pumped absolute billions, he's bet the farm on VR, has suffered a bit of a setback because it really didn't catch fire. And that's because inside the metaverse, and I've jumped on these headsets, I've been covering VR for a long time, Kenny, and I can tell you that it's just not realistic enough. And I know they're trying to say that you'll be able to read people's emotions when you're in a meeting and do all that sort of stuff, but I just don't see it taking off for a long time. You know, he's playing the long game. You know, if he's got enough money, he'll wait 10 years until the metaverse and VR really kicks off. But I've got to say, I've got my doubts it will go much further in 2023 until the headsets get right down. Now, there is a big key player in this and an unknown, and that is Apple. Now, if Apple can come out with their much predicted high quality, as Apple does, they wait until everyone else falls over and then they come in. If they can produce an AR, VR headset, AR augmented reality, that's when you overlay graphics on real life. If they can come out with a headset, then I think AR, VR could kick on. And that's just like how they brought out the iPhone. So I think that's where it is at the moment. Lots of companies are investing in it. But I've got to say, there's some stats I just read today. Worldwide shipments of VR, AR headsets were 12% down year on year. So that is a big blow in terms of product out there and about. But, you know, I'm not a big fan of the metaverse because we're just getting out of COVID, Kenny. So yeah. Who wants to sit for 6 hours or 8 hours with a damn headset on?
No, you're right. But these tech companies, Djuro, they might need something to invest in because you said a few weeks ago here on Sky that smartphones had reached their peak. So what are you expecting with smartphones in 2023 if you're saying that?
Well, and I think we've been sort of saying it, but I'm pretty confident that I was right because they're all rectangular black blobs if you're looking from the screen. So the changes for phones this year or in 2023 have to be the accessories or extra battery life, those sorts of things. So in terms of just being the phone, what it does, email, a little bit better speeds, you know, better cameras, we've already reached the peak. So we're with this big plateau.
Don't forget the flip phone, Djuro. We saw the flip phones come back. Yeah,
yes,
you got one there.
Of course, I've got one right there. Of course. Now, so that is one step in the right direction. And what you're seeing here is vision of rollable screens. So if we're going to take the phones somewhere, then it's the screen technology, Kenny, that will get us there. And you can roll it out like really good sci-fi. But it's not quite there yet, and it's still a bit dodgy. They do bubble and stuff if you get it wrong. But they are these things are waterproof, so they've gone a long way. So I see the accessories, the fitness accessories, the watches and stuff like that. I'm wearing two of them at the moment as being probably the bits and pieces to the phones we can look forward to. But I think battery life is the big thing. Give us more battery life.
Well, the world's biggest tech show is only a week away. Are you going? And what are you expecting from CES in 2023 in January?
Yeah, I'm covering it virtually. I've been to many others, but I've got primo access to all the vision. Actually, for me, it's it's easier to cover it from Australia, believe it or not, than being there. So I'm going to do it here because there's a lot of walking around. But CES is, I've been there many times. It's a wonderful event and it's sort of opening up now. They're going to see new TVs, new types of crazy fridges, robots, all that sort of stuff. You know, there's about 180,000 people that go there to Las Vegas when it's in its prime prior to COVID. But you do see a lot of stuff that's vaporware. So that's stuff that I've seen a couple of years ago that still hasn't made it to market. So we're in this sort of bubble in tech where we keep saying, this is cool, a robot that does this and that. I've seen 1,000 beer robots. I'm going to have to try and get one day. But we're seeing a lot of that stuff that never comes to fruition. But I'm sure you'll see some brand new TVs and some cool tech. A lot of car tech, actually. There's a lot of good car stuff we're seeing at Las Vegas. So that gets underway next week. But I'll be covering it all, and I'll have heaps of news for the team here on Sky News.
Well, thanks for that, Djuro. And Happy New Year. Thanks for coming on the program.
Happy New Year, mate. Hope you have a good one.